At this time, I would like to call to order the August 18th, 2025 meeting of the Hartford Joint One School District Board of Education. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Bronza excused. Leonard
Here. Present. Here. Thank you. This is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the district's business, and it is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in the agenda, and any district resident or parent of a currently enrolled student wishing to speak should have filled out a card at the sign-in table and given it to the board secretary. And now it is time for the Pledge of Allegiance. So, Barb, would you lead us today? Okay, thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item number 3 is to consider the approval of the agenda. The agenda notes the board's mission of we will support our community through dedicated governance, leadership, and stewardship so that our students achieve. It also states our values and expectations as a board in governing our meetings. The purpose of the agenda approval is twofold. The first reason is to verify that public notice has been given according to state statute 19.84. Mrs. Hoffman, has the meeting been properly noticed? Thanks. Thank you. The second reason for approval of the agenda is to consider tabling an item or to rearrange the order of events. Was there anything that we wanted to move around? All right. With that, I would look for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. Item number 4 is the citizens delegation to be heard. There are none tonight. And item number 5 is the board president's report. So just one thing to talk about tonight. Next week, we are having a special meeting next week, Monday, at 6 o'clock at Lincoln School. We are going to do a couple of things there. The first thing we're going to do is we have a lawyer called Brian Waterman of Willow Better. Yep. I'm just going to leave it at that. He's going to come talk to us a little bit about board governance, board membership, rather. So talking about quorums, open meeting laws, that kind of thing, just for the board to kind of continue our journey in education and how we can best serve the district and our community. So we're anticipating that to take about an hour-ish. At the same time, after that, Adam is going to speak to us and lead a conversation about budget this next year and where we go. And then after all of that, we are going to tour Lincoln Elementary School, see where we're at with construction for that. I'm sure it's been much improved since we were there last time. Not improved, well, yeah, improved. And then we're going to drive over to Central and check out what's going on there too. Rossman is getting a little bit of facade work, but we're not going to go tour outside. Right?
Correct. We'll give you an update on that today.
Okay. Great. That's all I have. So item number 6 is the district administrator's report. So I'm going to pass it over to Dr. Villalobos.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Ms. Wilk already mentioned the board workshop next week, and so we have that notice ready to go. Another notice that we have will be the back to school breakfast, which is next week, Monday. We are at the Chandelier Ballroom as a reminder due to all the construction. So that will be right away on Monday. Doors open at 7:30 and we'll get started. We have a very light breakfast that we'll be serving, and then we have our recognition. So new staff will be introduced then as well. So tonight it's in front of the school board, and next week, Monday, it will be in front of all of your teammates. And so that will happen, and Amy has the notice ready for that as well. The last thing that I wanted to share is the WASB Fall Regional Meeting. So you should have, as a board member, received the literature for that. If you are interested, please let Amy know, or me. Either one of us can help. However, it's important to note that Ms. Shrunk will be recognized for her level 2 boardsmanship. So that's at 6 o'clock in Brookfield on October 2nd. And then what I would like to do is call up our 3 principals, so that way they can recognize the new certified staff members that we have added to our team for the 25-26 school year. So teachers, when you hear your principals start talking, you can all stand up and then step forward. The board members would love to shake your hands when your name is called. So that way they can personally greet and welcome each of you to the district. Okay.
I'd like to have Caleb come up here first. Caleb Much is our 7th grade math teacher, also a graduate of Central. And then we have Brianna Bachman, who is special ed. And then Brianna Glennon. Okay, great. She's going to be our 8th grade math. And then we have Erica Egert. I'm going to say it wrong forever. All right, Erica Eggert is our Spanish teacher. And then we have Stacy Dorsey, who is 6th grade math. We have Erin Winkle, who is our Phi Ed teacher. And Amanda Hanson, special ed. Shannon Steggy, special ed. Morgan Ramey, Dean of Students.
Hello.
And then we have one more that's not here, which is Emma Thuix.
Good to see you again, Morgan.
I saw you this morning. I was like, yeah, this is Morgan. I was gonna say hi to you, but I wasn't sure if it was you. So
Yes, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Good evening, everybody. We're very excited to introduce Miss Sarah Wolf, who's going to be the Lincoln School psychologist. Met Sarah late last year, has been doing some work over the summer with us, so we're really excited for her to join the team.
Good evening. Mr. Hannon and I share a speech path that was hired in June, Erin Jody, but she is not able to attend tonight, but that would be the only hire for us.
So the new team members were here today with Ms. Malter. And so they had their first day of employment already. And the group of administrators that's here today as well, we were able to have lunch with our new teachers. And so it was really exciting. I know I got to have lunch with Morgan and both Briannas. So we have Bree and Brianna. So it's exciting to have them back in the building, and then we will get to have them integrate with all of the members next week. So yeah.
Well, on behalf of the board, we're gonna do a group photo as well, but on behalf of the board, I want to welcome you all to the district and thank you for joining us. And some of us have kids in some of the buildings, so we'll be seeing you in multiple capacities. It'll be fun. But we're gonna have everyone come up for a group photo.
We'll go right in front of the table. Yep.
All right. You guys see everyone's faces, lots of smiles, so I'll take a few. Yay. Welcome. Thank you.
So new team members, you are certainly welcome to continue to stay here for the remainder of the board meeting. All board meetings are public meetings, and so you can stay as long as you'd like, but it is also not impolite if you decide that you would like to leave, okay? So no one will judge you. We're not writing anything down, okay?
I was just saying, you're welcome to come to any board meetings, not just this one in particular, but any future board meeting.
And we do have what we call Spotlight on Learning, on Teaching and Learning. And so once a month during the school year, we have different teachers come in and share what they're doing in their classrooms, because it's a nice way for our board members to get to know you a little bit better, but also the things that you're doing in your classes and how you're being innovative, how you're supporting our students, and how you're helping further our mission for the school district. So we have that. And then we also have our student reports every month, except for a couple, October and April. And so you may be a teacher who's coming in with a group of students to help them with their report. So it's kind of nice, a nice opportunity for you to get some FaceTime with the school board and to share what's going on, successes both for you and for your students.
Great.
All right, the last thing on my report is the Act 125 report. So as a reminder, this is a required report that we need to submit to DPI. And so this is what's commonly referred to as the seclusion and restraint report. So you can see that the formatting looks slightly different from the past. Ms. Eason has put this together for us, and once this is done, we will be submitting this to the state. If there are no questions, that concludes my report.
Anyone else? Okay, we're going to move on to discussion, which is an administrative report on the buildings and grounds, and Mr. Carroll and Mr. Majerus are going to provide a brief overview of the updates.
Okay, so a lot has been done even since this picture here. So when we sent this out, this is the central front office. Again, trying to get the steel studs up, get the frames in for windows and doors and things. If you'd go over there today, there's drywall on the walls, the cabinetry, bases are set, frames are in, starting to hook all the things up for the ceiling grid, which means, again, the mechanicals going in through the ceiling and stuff. So a lot of good progress over there already. If you see past the scaffolding, there's basically two walls there with the hallway splitting it. The right side hallway, or the right side wall, has some wood that was reclaimed from different parts of the building that we finished that accent wall. So that wall is done. There's also another wall right by the cart here on the right-hand side where there'll be a monitor for different things that we want to put up for people to see. And that wall's done too. So a lot of progress already since this picture happening there. Still a lot of things to go yet. Just so you keep in mind, there's somewhere between 20 and 30, depending on the day, people working in that building. There's up to 60 people working in the Lincoln building at any one time. So there's a lot of people trying to get a lot of things done before we come back to school. And so just a lot of progress being made every day. This picture was here to highlight the hallway and the new doors that are going in. So to try to keep students and traffic out of the south end of the building when we're having events on the north side of the building, they needed to build out some wall structure there and to be able to put those doors. So this is right off the front lobby, like the front entrance doors would be to your right here. And then that first corridor to the right, this is getting built out and doors will be hung there. And then the other corridor on the east side of the building that also serves that south end of the building. There'll be something similar. So you can also see in this picture where we did the ADA revisions for the doorways and things. And so again, a lot of that will be has been taped and mudded and painted and bringing that back to normal type conditions. So again, just a lot of things happening over at Central. Here, what you have is this is all the work that's being done to remediate the water up on the roof and from the downspouts. So they dug out this area so they could lay the new storm drains. Most of the storm drains are laid. There's one section right where that gravel pile is that still needs to get laid. But at the south end closest to the Wildcat Preserve, that was all excavated and the risers put in and done. And this end is also connected. So again, still a lot of work outside to be done. They need to finish that, have that inspected. Then they can start with the landscaping and putting up the dirt. And then concrete and paving will be at the end of this week and into next week. So again, a lot of stuff to do there, but it's all scheduled out by Myron and they're on it. Lincoln School here, what this picture is meant to show you is, again, this is the exterior brick that was peeled off a portion of the building. This particular wall happens to be the old music and art room wall. So Rural Street would be running like out here. And so that's the side kind of going down to that wing there is like the cafeteria wing and the those few special ed offices that were along this side. So again, pretty extensive process. The way that was adhered to the building, it required people with handheld jackhammers chipping that off the building. What's going in its place, and you can see that if you drive by now, there's a water barrier and some insulation that go attached to that. And then with the new foundation ledge, they can build the brick from the bottom to the top. And if you've gone by the front side where the office is, they're far enough where they're over the canopy now. And that's most of that front section. They got to do closest to what used to be the art, referred to as the art room entrance, where the gym PE offices will be now. But they're anticipating having the front side of the building done. Then they'll be able to go around this corner, work on this one. All the water and insulation barriers are up on this side and along that wing there. So as soon as they're done here, they'll just move the equipment and keep going all the way around the building until we're done in late October. So again, a lot of things happening in this picture, even though it's not that old. Doesn't really capture where they're at today. So where this is up on the stage. So what used to be the music room up there was built out into, if you see where the person is standing with the vest in that door frame there, if you go right there, that's I think that's the female bathroom side. And the male bathroom side, I think, is on the other side, but might be reversed. Around that, there's 3 offices, and the entrance to on the back side of those bathrooms, there's a conference room. So those will be some of the last spaces completed, because we want the student-facing areas completed first, and so that's where they're drawing all their time and attention, trying to get flooring done, cabinetry set, all the things that they need to get done for the student facing things. But a lot of work going on up there too. So this will be one of the last areas done, but when it's going to be done, it's going to be really nice. What you're seeing here is the new freezer and cooler in the kitchen. So again, they had to knock, first of all, they had to remove what was there, take and knock out a bunch of concrete in the floor, then get that all formed up for the floors. And then they could set the boxes. And then what will be next is they'll pour epoxy in the floors in there so that we have not just a raw concrete situation. They'll pour the epoxy, let that set, then we can start putting in racks and hook everything up and turn it on. So food production will be interesting the first week of school, but we'll get there. We'll get there. They're pretty happy with how that turned out. It's really quite nice space. It's big space for them. Should be much more efficient than what was there. And then of course they'll tie in the rest of the concrete floor. That area will get some epoxy and some will get tile just to match in and create straight lines and things, but doing well in the kitchen. This is Rossman School. It's a front entrance. As you can see in this picture anyway, the concrete pedestals were set and they were able to start putting steel on for the canopy. And then from here, they needed to put the roof decking on and things. So again, this is another thing that's quite a bit farther than what you see here. We should again be pouring concrete sometime in the end part of this week, I think, so that we're ready to go for school. They know that we want to be able to use this entrance for like open house day, which is a week from Thursday. So again, their crews are there working on that, but that'll turn out really nice. There you can see it a little bit farther in its completion. Bathrooms, so again, we removed the bathroom partitions in many of the bathrooms, partly because we had to deal with the situation with making one stall ADA compliant, and some of the materials were old, and trying to get products and different construction styles to match. We just removed all the partitions, and they'll be putting new partitions in. So they're planning to do that, I think, starting Wednesday or Thursday, and then they'll be doing that for 2 or 3 days and get that knocked out. And that's it. So again, a lot of work to do. We're on the 18th of August. Certainly, we'd love our buildings completely put back together at this point, but with the just the sheer scope of work that we're trying to accomplish, you know, it's going to go down to the wire. And with a reconstruction and renovation, it's just a lot different than putting up a brand new segment of the building like we did at Lincoln School and Rossman School in 2019. So dealing with the challenges that come up, seemingly every couple of days, there's a little something that comes up, but nothing substantial, really, just decisions that have to get made so that we can keep all the workers progressing in the order that they need to progress. So
has the weather played a role at all? There's a lot of external work at all 3 buildings, Lincoln particularly. Has the weather delayed anything?
No,
or
not
no,
really.
been able to...
Not really.
Okay. That's good.
Anything, any delays that they have are product based.
Are we concerned with the cabinets at Lincoln? Like if there were any that were damaged that were pulled out, do we have extras or will there be the same? Do they still offer?
As they've removed and reinstalled stuff, we haven't had any reports of any having to replace or buy new things. So
That's great.
Is there a workaround if the kitchen, if you said that first week of school should be interesting with making food? Do we have solutions if we're not?
if we can't take a shipment on the first during next week, toward the end of the week, we'll have to get the food delivered to Central Middle School, and we'll have to kind of cart some things around for the first week until we get everything where we need it to be.
Okay.
Again, keep in mind that we're still building the receiving and storage part addition right outside the cafeteria area. And so the fence will still remain up. They'll still be doing exterior work on the brick and replacing windows and things. So again, a large portion of our actual grounds there will still be inside construction fence and things happening during every single day. We've talked in our construction meetings how to minimize activity and noise and things like that, but they also need to complete their work. So, you know, it's just something that communication will go a long way, trying to coordinate when they can do things, either before school or whenever they can get stuff done that's going to at least impact kids.
Any other questions? It's a lot of work. You guys, it's a big undertaking. So kudos to everyone who's been part of it.
It is a lot of work, and we've had, when I say we, it's a collective group of people. We're meeting with Myron and PRA on a weekly basis to make sure that everything is on track and set to be done, making decisions as needed, because there are some decisions that need quick response time. The pictures don't do the project justice, so it'll be really neat for us to be able to walk you through 2 of the 3 buildings next week. And we intentionally picked next week because we know we'll be closer to done than if we were to do something right now.
It'll be exciting. I look forward to it. If there's nothing else for Mr. Carroll or Mr. Jarris, Then we're gonna move on to the action items. Action item number 1 is the fire and alarm testing and monitoring contract. The Siemens Fire and Alarm Monitoring contracts are an annual renewal, which services the 6 buildings in our district. It is a comprehensive plan that includes maintaining and testing our strobes, pull stations, and fire panels. The total cost is $12,696 for all sites. Is there a motion?
I motion to approve the fire and alarm monitoring contracts with Siemens at a cost not to exceed $12,696.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
An annual review that Mr. Majerus has put together for you, and he is always working to make sure that we're being fiscally responsible and also monitoring the safety of everyone within our buildings.
Can I have a roll call vote?
Don,
Aye.
Aaron,
Aye.
Louise,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye.
Motion carries. Item number 2 is the math and reading assessment for K through 8th grade screener. Ames Web Plus is a comprehensive assessment system used by the district for universal screening, diagnostics, and progress monitoring in both mathematics and reading. This tool supports our multi-tiered system of supports, or MTSS framework, and helps educators make data-informed decisions to improve student learning outcomes. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the math and reading assessment 4K to 8 screener with Pearson and Ames Webs Plus at a cost not to exceed $7,402.50.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
So this was brought forward by Ms. Malter in connection with or collaboration with Ms. Eason. As a reminder, the 4K through 3rd grade ELA is a requirement of Act 20 in order to use Ames Web. So we have adopted that here for the rest of the school district. So this is a continuation of the work that we've done last year and as part of our fulfillment of Act 20.
Remind me how often these screeners, like, I'm assuming right away, like, we're not doing it right now, even with 4Ks enrolling, like, it's once they're in school and we do, is it 3 times a year? Or just
year,
okay.
fall, year, and spring.
Okay. So,
If there's no other questions, can I have a roll call vote again?
Aaron,
Aye.
Louise,
aye.
Don,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye.
Motion carries. Item number 3 is the occupational health services contract. In accordance with policy 8453.01, we contract with Freighter Medical College to offer the hepatitis B vaccine. The vaccine is offered to all employees as they could potentially be exposed to blood or other bodily fluids containing blood during the course of their work. The vaccine costs $75 per dose and requires 3 doses within 6 months to be considered complete. Employees may also decline immunization. The district will keep record of any declines. This is an updated agreement and is a rolling agreement unless either party terminates. Is there a motion?
I motion to approve an occupational health services agreement with Freighter Medical College of Wisconsin to provide hepatitis B vaccinations to district employees at a cost not to exceed $75 per injection.
I'll second.
No, this is a
This is not-
continuation and it's for new employees.
All right, well then can I have a roll call vote, please?
Louise,
Aye.
Aaron,
Aye.
Don,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye.
Motion carries. Item number 4 is the Employee Assistance Program contract for the 2025-26 school year. Per district policy and employee handbook, staff may voluntarily or through a referral from the supervisor participate in an employee assistance program, or EAP. The purpose of the EAP is to provide a resource to employees and their family members on issues that impact an employee's work. The EAP provides up to 3 goal-oriented consultations per year and is a rolling contract unless either party declines the renewal. The annual fee is $500. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the Employee Assistance Program contract.
I'll second.
Any other?
So much like the last one, this came from Miss Eason and this is an annual renewal.
And the $500 is for the whole district. It's not per person. It's for
Correct.
everybody. All right, well then can we have one more roll call vote, please?
Don,
Aye.
Aaron,
Aye.
Louise,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5 is the consent agenda. The consent agenda includes approval of minutes, bills, treasurer's report, and personnel recommendations. Is there a request to pull an item for the consent agenda? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
Aaron,
Aye.
Louise,
Aye.
Don,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye.
Motion carries. Item number 8 is the board meeting and reflection and feedback, which is included in the packet. I always enjoy reading the feedback from last month. It reminds me of where we were at and where we are now. So don't forget to fill out your card. And lastly, could I have a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion to approve the meeting.
Approve the meeting, adjourn the meeting.
Adjourn meeting then? Do it all.
I'll second.
For the adjournment or the approval? I'm just kidding. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 6:31.